Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala. Today is Saturday of the second week of Lent, and our gospel is taken from the Gospel according to St. Luke. Tax collectors and sinners were all drawing near to listen to Jesus. The Pharisees and scribes began to complain, saying, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." So to them, Jesus addressed this parable. A man had 2 sons. And the younger son said to his father, "Father, give me the share of your estate that should come to me." So the father divided the property between them. After a few days, the younger son collected all his belongings and set off to a distant country, where he squandered his inheritance on a life of dissipation. When he had freely spent everything, a severe famine struck that country, and he found himself in dire need. So he hired himself out to one of the local citizens, who sent him to his farm to tend the swine. And he longed to eat his fill of the pods on which the swine fed, but no one gave him any. Coming to his senses, he thought, "How many of my father's hired workers have more than enough to eat? But here I am dying of hunger. I shall get up and go to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. Treat me as you would treat one of your hired workers.' So he got up and went back to his father. While he was still a long way off, his father caught sight of him, and he was filled with compassion. He ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. His son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son.' But his father ordered his servants, 'Quickly, bring the finest robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Take the fatted calf and slaughter it. Then let us celebrate with a feast. Because this son of mine is dead and has come to life again. He was lost but has been found. Let the celebration begin.' Now the older son had been out in the field, and on his way back, he neared the house and heard the sound of music and dancing. And he called one of his servants and asked what this might mean. And the servant said to him, 'Your brother has returned, and your father has slaughtered the fatted calf, because he has him back safe and sound.' And he became angry. And when he refused to enter the house, his father came out and pleaded with him. And he said to his father in reply, 'Look, all these years I served you and did not disobey your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat to feast on with all my friends. When your son returns, who swallowed up your property with prostitutes, for him you slaughter the fatted calf?' The father said to him, 'My son, you are here with me always. Everything I have is yours. But now we must celebrate and rejoice, because your brother was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found.'" Gospel of the Lord. Remember how this parable begins. The Pharisees and scribes are complaining that Jesus is spending time with tax collectors and sinners. And of course, the tax collectors and sinners know they're in need of forgiveness that Jesus is going to give them. But the Pharisees and scribes don't have in their heart the ability to forgive. We don't know what the older son decides to do. Jesus leaves us hanging. Is he going to forgive his brother and go to the party, or is he going to hold a grudge? And that is the problem every single one of us faces when we're faced with the prospect of forgiving others. Do we forgive as Jesus wants us to do? Because if we do so, we know from our Father that then we too will be forgiven.